Hello Scorpio, welcome to your July 2022 reading. I'm going to be doing a few different romance spreads for you. The first one will be a horseshoe spread that's going to cover the past, present, future 3 to 4 months out and the 12-month outcome for you. Then I'll do a second spread that's going to be a relationship spread between you and a specific person in mind. Oops. It can actually be any person you want, but I will read it as a romantic person. You'll just have to adjust the meaning if it's a different relationship, like a cousin, a boss, a friend. I will get a bird's eye view from Spirit and see what's going on in the situation with some oracle cards. I will then get some oracle cards from your person if you're out of contact with that person and you're wanting to know what they're thinking. And then I'll finally get some angel advice cards for you for your romantic wonderings. I already shuffled the cards off camera, but I'm going to do it on camera just for your viewing pleasure. And feel free to jump to any section of the video you want to watch if you don't want to watch the whole thing. Alright. Alrighty, so let's see what we got for you, Scorpio. Here we have your past, present, 3 to 4 month future. We got how you feel, your environment, your hopes and or your fears, and then we have your 12-month outcome in this last section over here. In the past position, you got the Ten of Swords reversed. You got Apollo, God of Light. It's a photo of a golden man with some sparkling light behind him. And then we got codependency. Addictions are affecting your romantic life. And it's a picture of a kind of I guess, apathetic looking woman looking over a garden, I guess. Yeah. Okay. Alrighty. So this is an interesting combination. Typically when the cards are reversed, I'll take it as they were reversed of, it's blocked, or to the extreme, depending on the other cards around it. I think you might have just ended a codependent relationship because of the combination of the Ten of Swords and then this codependency card coming up. It does seem like even though the relationship might be over, it's still affecting you. Maybe you're still in the wind down process, like you did decide to break up or leave the person, but you still need to untangle the property that maybe you shared in the house, or wind down any shared bank accounts, or any of the shared assets that you might have. So it does look like you are focusing more on you, is what I'm getting from this Apollo card. You can't control what the other person does, says things, but all it can do is focus on you and let yourself shine, and hopefully the people around you will do the same. When you take care of yourself, you're likely to attract other people that take care of themselves in the same manner because you'll be in the same energy wavelength. Alrighty, so for the present conditions, we got the Queen of Swords reversed. We got Poseidon, avarice. It's a picture of Neptune, the god, coming out of the water with his trident, and then there's some lightning bolt coming out of the trident, and it looks kind of dark and spooky. And we got calling in your soulmate reversed. The prayers and affirmations and visualizations help you bring together, or help bring you together. So right now, you probably are feeling kind of jealous, I think. And I'm using these cards to try to, sometimes I take some of the words out of context, and I think that's what, so it's talking about visualizations. You might be looking at someone and thinking of how much better they have it, how much easier it is for them, and that might be getting in the way of your romantic business. Because if you're focusing on other people, you're missing out on you. You can't take care of yourself. With the Queen of Swords reversed, typically the Queen in the upright position is about clear communication, having a level head, the positive attributes of the Gemini sign. Again, communication, movement. But I mean, in the darker side, it could be like gossip, harsh words, a sharp tongue, kind of the bitchier side of the Queen. So yeah, there could be some jealousy that's going around to you right now. There could be a Gemini that is mad, or just, someone who is a little gossipy right now, someone who's sharp with their tongue. People could even be jealous of you, thinking that you got the better end of the deal if you had just split up with someone. Again, trying to, maybe they're putting blame on you instead of taking their own responsibility. Alright. Scorpio likes it dramatic, apparently. Alrighty. So, the future, 3 to 4 months out, we got the King of Cups, we got Athena, Protectress, upside down, and we got very soon, upside down. Clearly decide what you want so that it comes to you now. Well, I mean, the good news is you got a King of Cups coming in your future. The King of Cups in the upright position is like the positive attributes of the sign Cancer, being nurturing, caring, mothering, perhaps a homebody, but in a good way, taking care of the house, friendly with animals, and a very kind, thoughtful person, and someone who's very in touch with their emotions in a positive way. They play with their emotions, but they don't let their emotions sweep them away. So you got, a new person coming up in your life in the 34 month future. I'm kind of thinking you might actually have your guard down by then with Athena, Protectress, upside down. Typically she's a warrior, and she was born ready to fight, but with her being upside down, it's kind of like, the gates are open for new love to come in, and you might actually let it come in. You're probably not sure, though, of what you want at the time, though, because you got this very soon, clearly decide what you want, upside down. You probably don't even necessarily want love, but it's going to come up to you. And once you see it in front of you, perhaps you'll get the chance to decide if this is what you want, or if you're going to pass on that offer. And it's up to you if you're ready or not. Alrighty. So this is how you are feeling right now, Scorpio. We got the 6 of Swords, and we got Maidus, Wisdom, upside down. Well, it looks like you're feeling kind of better these days. The storm is kind of past. You're starting to steer away from the storm, but, you're not completely recovered. There is still some grief around you. You're still sad. The Sword's about mental thoughts. So it could be there's some, negative thoughts still kind of spin up through your head, but not as much as before. There might be some anguish. There might be some rocky waters that you still bump into, but generally whatever kind of chaos you were in before, it looks like it's finally settling down as you move away from it. Interestingly enough, this Maidus Wisdom card, your thoughts, again, probably are not as clear as they could be, with the Wisdom being upside down. Perhaps you're just still processing, thinking things through. You haven't fully learned the lesson that you can pull from the last situation, because if you're going to go through all that pain and suffering, you might as well take something positive from it, which would be a lesson if you want one. Let's see. Okay, this is your environment over here. The environment is not something you can control, but it does affect you. For example, if it's raining outside, you could go outside and get wet. You could put on a raincoat and go outside, or you could stay inside and not, risk getting wet at all. So in your case, the weather around you in your romantic sphere is the King of Swords reversed and Pegasus nature. The King of Swords reversed, when it's in the upright position, it represents a sign of Libra, being that it would be balanced, fair-minded, easy to talk to. But when it's upside down, this person's kind of cold-hearted, not easy to talk to, maybe quick to judge. So that's not a very conducive environment if you're looking for love. That paired with Pegasus, people might just be looking for, Pegasus being a card where there's a Pegasus flying and a man who's naked with a fire torch in his hand and it's kind of just bursting through the sky. It's kind of like people might just be dealing with their primal nature right now. They might be they might be wanting freedom in general, freedom from dating, or maybe they just want physical connections and they don't want anything long-term, emotional, or intellectual. They might just be looking for kind of touching their inner animal right now. So I mean, depending on what kind of relationship or what kind of encounters you're wanting, I guess that's out there if you want it. It doesn't look like you're going to be finding significant deep love or emotional mental connections, if that's what you're wanting. And this is in your dating spheres, the people in your dating pool. Okay, so now in this next position we got your hopes and or your fears, and it looks like you do have one of each. You're hoping that you're going to have whatever relationship you do land in, that it's going to be a nurturing relationship, where you don't have to worry about money, where people have all the things that they want. You're kind of hoping that there'll be abundance, fertility in the relationship. You might even want someone who's kind of grounded, practical, resourceful, in your hopes. And with Aries here being upside down, Aries warmongering, it's a scene of like a all-out battle with a bunch of swords and weapons and bows and stuff. So that's definitely a fear. You're fearing that you're going to get into a relationship where there's going to be fighting, bickering, just no peace. You might even be afraid of people that have Aries, Mars in their chart, because you just don't want to fight. There's other things to do. You want someone that's a lot more calm, like the Queen of Pentacles. Okay, so the next and final position in the spread is the Temperance, Typhus, Fear, and we got Retreat reversed. It's time to disconnect from the world. And this is your 12-month outcome. Alright, Scorpio. So it looks like 12 months from now, you're going to be a lot more balanced in your emotions. You won't be quick to judge, quick to get into any sort of emotional drowning. You will be working on healing still. This is the card of Jupiter, so it's expansion and growth, knowledge, education also. Jupiter tends to be a lucky card, or lucky planet in general. But it looks kind of like you'll be single, but you'll be working on yourself, taking care of yourself. You might still be kind of scared to date with Typhus, Fear coming out here. You might think that it's not safe, or you might be so scared that it might go wrong again that you don't want to try it. The story of this Typhus is like it's a big monster, and people are frightened from it, but they don't realize like it's a manageable problem. They just like stop and calm down and look with logic at the situation. So you might just be intimidated to try to date at that time. Sometimes I also get from these cards like you might be afraid of gossip, or there might be gossip around you with all these kind of like scary looking rays coming out of the guy's mouth. With this retreat, it's time to disconnect from the world. You might actually be kind of like hiding out in a rabbit hole, not necessarily connecting with people. You might be kind of like bunkering down the hatches and kind of keeping yourself away and safe in a fort, emotionally, physically, or you're probably just wanting to protect yourself at that time. So that's what I'm seeing for your horseshoe spread. Let me put the cards together, shuffle them, and get ready for the one-on-one relationship spread question. Alrighty, Scorpio. So I shuffled the cards off camera. I'll do it once or twice on camera for your viewing pleasure. And we're going to move on to your one-on-one relationship spread. Like I said, it can be a boss, a cousin, a friend, something like that. But I'm going to interpret it as a romantic relationship. So adjust the interpretations if you need to for any other kind of relationship if you want. So I hope you picked the person you're thinking of. You decided who it was. Let's see. One more time. Okay. Okay. Alrighty, Scorpio. So typically in this spread, the left is you, the current, and the right is the person on your mind. If you really want to, you might flip the sides if you think you have to. But otherwise, those are the positions it's supposed to be. And for simplicity's sake, I'll say this probably as a female and this is a male, he or she's, but the genders don't really matter, That's just by simplicity's sake of talking. And then in the center, we got the past shared energy, the present shared energy, and then the future shared energy of the relationship. So on the left side, you, the current, we got the Eight of Swords, and we got Hercules, the protector, upside down. So the energy you're presenting to this relationship right now is not probably the greatest, but you probably know that already. You're feeling trapped. You're feeling vulnerable. You're feeling hurt. You're not realizing that you can move. You can make a move. If you only just took it off your own blindfold and looked around and saw that there's a clear path forward and backward for you to walk if you wanted to walk to the castle off in the beyond. You're kind of like in a self-sabotaging, self-confining position right here. And that's kind of amplified here with Hercules protector upside down. It looks kind of like this guy's kind of cowering and he's between these two sticks, like he's feeling trapped again. And he's kind of scared about these beasts off in the distance and he's not sure where to go. So the energy that you're bringing into this is not probably the healthiest energy, but the good news is that it's all in your head. Not to sound belittling, but it's all in your head. So it's your mind space that you can control. You can control what you think. If you start thinking a thought that you don't want, revise that thought and replace it with a thought that you do want. So if you're not having a lot of positive thoughts towards this relationship, it's probably not going to have an outcome that you like. It's just going to be, what goes in is what comes out. Interesting. So the person on your mind, Scorpio, we got the Hanged Man and we got Eros Desire. So the person on your mind is feeling like they're in timeout. They're put on ice. They can't do anything. They're just waiting. They're waiting for you. They're waiting for you to come back, possibly with you being kind of tied up and bound. They do look like they're bursting with desire for you. Everyone knows Scorpios are the best at sex in the zodiac, so they know it, they seem to know it, and they seem to want it. And this Eros card is Eros and Psyche kind of embracing in a sexual position in a marble statue kind of thing. And then there's a Cupid's arrow here, which Cupid eventually turns into, or Cupid evolved from Eros mythologically. So yeah, this person is here and they're waiting for you, and they're this boiling over with heat and passion, and they're just stuck. They can't do anything. So the shared energy in the past of this relationship, we got you deserve love, you are lovable, upside down. We got the Knight of Wands, upside down, and we got Zeus supremacy. Let's see. So, between you two guys, the shared energy in the relationship, the Knight of Wands is generally looked at as a player card. Not necessarily always. Like, sometimes it's just like someone that wants to travel, explore. They're not wanting to be tied down, more of like a wanderer. But with it being upside down, there could have been perhaps even running as a distraction or escape. Saying you're traveling, but you're really just trying to get away from the prowler or not think about it. The wands are about physical actions, physical movement, and they are about passion too. So, I mean, this person on this relationship might not have a lot of commitment in it on the physical sense, though on the intellectual sense, it does look like there was a lot of worship in the relationship. Like, one person with this woman, like, kind of like, you know, looking like she's worshiping Zeus. One person kind of like, you know, kneeling to or submitting to or praising Zeus. So there could have been like a one-sided, unbalanced worship. And then Zeus here, he looks kind of like aloof, absent-minded. Like, you know, this woman's like giving all her attention and her body to him, and he's just like sitting there like, so what? So, I mean, it looks like there could have been some sort of one-sided, unequal emotional balance. Typically when I see this card, you deserve love, you are lovable, upside down, I normally see that as one person deserves love and then they're not getting it because why else would you call attention to such a aspect if it wasn't happening? Otherwise there's a ton of other cards that would have, you know, come out if there was love. So there could have been kind of a miss on the mark, maybe one person loving the other and not getting love that they deserve back. Okay, so in the present position between you two guys, we got flirt reversed, extend your light-hearted energy to others. We got the Tower reversed, and we got Perseus gifts reversed. It's a picture of a man, what was that? I think it might be Achilles and Mercury or something. I had to look at it, I guess. But with wings on his feet, like he's looking at these two women. I guess it's Perseus, right? It's his card. Looking at these two women, trying to give them gifts of war. Prizes of war. So between you two right now, it looks like the energy is not necessarily great. So with the flirt upside down, there could be some heavy emotions, because I mean the flirt card has the word lighthearted, so there could be some heavy emotions spinning between you guys. And then you have here the Tower reversed. Perhaps there was a shock in the past and maybe it's starting to settle down. All the rubble that came out of the tower is starting to like settle finally, whatever that shock was. And now that you're on the ground again in reality, you know, you could reorient yourself. With these gifts here, it could be there some sort of occasion where someone missed a gift or gave a bad gift, or it could be is returning gifts, like I don't want your stuff in my house anymore, something like that. There could also be someone trying to give overly expensive or I was gonna say erotic. No, what was that card? The word overly exaggerated gift, something that is kind of too expensive to be giving to people. It could be like that, trying to buy love in that way. So I mean, it looks like a high emotion time right now between you two, but not necessarily in a high emotions that you necessarily want. Okay, so the shared energy between Scorpio and your person up here in the future, we got unrequited love. There is not enough attraction or chemistry to keep this relationship going, and there's one person, a man, kind of like bowing down to a woman, and she doesn't look too interested. And then we got temperance reversed, and then we got Hygeia, good health. So between you two, it looks like if there is, imbalance in the relationship, it looks like it's going to still carry forward into the future. There might be an attempt at healing with the temperance reverse, but it's not going to work. It's not going to heal all the way. It's still going to be scarred. And good health, it could be that the relationship just isn't as healthy as it should be or as you want it to be. So good health reverse would be bad health. There could be imbalance in the relationship, unreciprocated emotions, and that seems to be it is what it is, Scorpio. So let's pull some cards from Spirit and see what else there is to say about this. All right, Scorpio. Let's see what Spirit has to say about your situation. Oop. Okay. I was trying to stop at the first row, but I felt like I needed to pull a few more. Alrighty. So generally when I see these cards upside down, I sometimes take it as the reverse, the opposite of, or a block. Sometimes I'll, depending on other cards around it, take it as like a to the extreme, like with an exclamation point. So let's see what we got here for you, Scorpio. We got stability. This relationship can stand the test of time. We got obsession. Someone in this connection is gripped by obsessive thoughts. We got twin flame. This is a divine counterpart connection. We got true love. This love is emotional, physical, and unconditional. Leap of faith. It is safe to make the move you are considering. Reversed. Warning. Do not dismiss the red flags. We got reversed, second chance. This relationship deserves a second chance. And probably say it really doesn't, because it's so close to this warning. We got a new love. A new love or recommitment to love is developing. That was reversed. We got passion. Try something you've never done before. I don't like when these cards kind of have two different interpretations. I mean, they could just be passion. Patience reversed. Everything will unfold in divine timing. So there could be a lack of patience right now. We did see temperance in your future, so you will probably get the patience you need at some point. And look right behind patience. Wait, timing is not quite right. And another timing thing, reversed, go slow. Take time to get to know each other. So I'm going to take that as like to the extreme. Yeah, well, I mean, I guess you could take these as go fast and don't have patience, just do it, or you could take it as really wait, depending on how you see these two going on. Alrighty. Let's pull a few oracle cards from Spirit to get some ideas of what your person is thinking. Ooh, that was a lot. And this is a general reading, so I mean, hopefully these all make sense to you, but maybe only 90% will. We'll see. Now, I'm trying to get this many, but here we go. Regardless. Okay. So from your person to you, we got, I'm waiting for an apology. So they must think you did something wrong, worth apologizing over. You might have to ask them if you're not sure, you know, what they expect an apology for, because sometimes people won't even know that you're mad at them. I'm afraid to contact you. So perhaps you told them never to contact you again, and they're actually abiding by your rules. So, I mean, if you want them back, if you're doing this reading, you're thinking of them, so you might have to let them know, okay, you can talk to me if you want. The timing just wasn't right for us. I am becoming a better person. Good. Reversed. I can't stop thinking about you. So I think they actually have stopped thinking about you, because they were probably waiting around for a while, and if they think that they can't contact you, they probably thought to move on. I know that I crossed the line with you. So perhaps they are saying that they hurt you too in this situation, and maybe they don't think that they can contact you. They don't want to risk hurting you again or risk upsetting you. We are more alike than I like to admit. So that does kind of go with this other thing, the mutual, maybe the mutual destruction that you guys had, the mutual fight, the mutual hurting. Reversed. I hope you're happy for me. So that's such a weird phrase. But I guess they're hoping that you've let bygones be bygones, and you're hoping the best for them. Reversed. I do wish you well. Reversed. I can't get enough of you. I feel so happy with you. And these cards right here, like a ghost deck, but they normally work enough for relationships. Some part of me knew. Interesting. I wasn't thinking. I will show you signs and synchronicities. So perhaps their spirit is trying to send you songs on the radio, or maybe a sign that maybe you had, like maybe dice or pennies or something, like meant a lot to you, and they keep seeing those kind of things. I love you. Reversed. So, and this could go either way. Either they don't love you, or they really love you. I'm gonna go with the don't, but feel free to interpret it as you wish. I am learning so much from you. I think because they're out of contact with you, they're not learning anything at all. That's why it's reversed. And finally, I regret the time we lost. So they're probably upset about the time that you have not been in contact. It was a missed opportunity to them. Alrighty then, let me move these out of the way. Alrighty, Scorpio, let's see if there's any more messages that we could get for you. Again, it's a general reading, so hopefully 90% of these work for you, if not all, but I mean, if it's not all working for you, it could just be, you know, because it's general. Oh my god, this is kind of a lot. Well, it seems this person has a lot to say, or there's multiple messages for different people. Let's see what we got here. So when these cards are reversed, I'll take it as the opposite of or to the extreme. Sometimes it just depends on the other cards around it. And you got just like this whole mess of cards. So if you haven't been talking to them, I guess they have a lot to tell you. Okay, so reversed we got, you don't know everything about me. So there could be a sense of maybe you assume something, or you didn't ask them. Don't leave me. Self-explanatory. I dream you to reality. So there could be a sense that maybe they are dreaming about you, or they thought that when they met you, you were exactly what they're asking for. It's like that song. I know you. I dreamed of you once upon a dream. Is it Sleeping Beauty? I can't forgive myself. So perhaps they think that they did something and they can't forgive themselves for not taking action, or taking action that hurt you. Reversed. I want to marry you. So either they really want to marry you, or they really don't. We'll see what else. I'm kind of thinking, and with this don't leave me, they probably do. I still love you. Oh, I can't see that. We got I held back. I will come back. I cry when I think of you. Reversed. I hurt you too much. Savor the moment. So maybe they just want you to enjoy your life. I am busy with family. Perhaps they're busy taking care of their family. If they don't have kids directly, perhaps it's their mom, their sister, the cousin, grandma. You were too slow. I did not express my love. You are so intelligent. I am too proud. Approach me. You can't have my heart. Since this one's in reverse, I'm thinking it probably is that they can have their heart. Like it's the opposite of. Reversed. We are not a match. So maybe they do think that you're not a match. Let's see. I remember the fun times. They probably do if they saved your text. Where did that other one go? Yeah, let's see the text. I'm exploring my emotions. You changed. Perhaps you were different when you first met that person. Or maybe they're seeing that you changed now that you've been gone. I don't make enough money, upside down. Perhaps they don't think that they can afford your love. Or they can afford to take care of you. I am testing out my options. So perhaps they're dating other people because they don't see a chance with you. Especially if they're asking you to approach them and they're afraid to talk to you. So, I mean, that does seem like a kind of heavy reading, but it doesn't sound like they don't like you. Alrighty. Alright, Scorpio, let's then move on to your angel advice. And this Hawking Big card. Okay. Alrighty. So for you, we got gifts from God. Archangel Sandalphon. We angels bring you gifts from your Creator. Open your arms to receive them. So perhaps they're saying a special person is coming to you if you're ready to take them in. Lapis lazuli. Life-changing epiphany or experience. It's a time of a big and blessed change for you, and God is supporting you on each step of the way. Well, that's kind of interesting that it's right next to this gifts from God, so perhaps something special, some sort of destined event is going to happen. It's a gift for you, and it's going to be there for you to take if you just want to reach out and grab it. I do have a few lapis items in my jewelry store if you want to look at them, but if you don't want that, you could always just buy lapis lazuli, put it in a ring, put it in your pocket, have a picture of it on your cell phone as a reminder that you have this life-changing epiphany on the way. You could also mine it in Minecraft. Pay attention to the red flags. The signs are cautioning you. So, maybe even your gift from God will be a big red flag. You said, hey, if this person ever does this, I'm going to leave for sure. And that might redirect you to the path that you want to go to. Or there could be red flags from other people around you saying, confirming that the choice you made is a good choice. Regardless of, pay attention to the red flags and listen to them. I mean, the universe is giving you warnings if you're willing to open your eyes and see them. We got sensitivity. You are becoming more sensitive and need to make changes accordingly. So, I mean, perhaps you had kind of like, put your heart in like a shell so it wouldn't be hurt. Maybe now you're being invited to let people in and let people connect with you emotionally that you might not have been able to in the past. Not that you should let everyone in willy-nilly, but the people that are worthy of your love and trust with their actions might be worth letting them in. Give them a day pass, see what happens. And then we got Hercules, strength, number 41. I'll read the whole thing. We got Hercules. Hercules, the son of Zeus in alchemy, a mortal woman. Jealous Hera drove Hercules mad, causing him to kill his brother's children. To redeem himself, Hercules offered to serve his cousin, the king. The king set Hercules 12 seemingly impossible tasks to accomplish, tasks that required great strength, courage, humility, and wit to overcome. The tasks were supposed to be his undoing, but Hercules proved himself time and time again, accomplishing every task and acquiring magical items or knowledge with each. Upon completing all of the 12 tasks, Hercules was set free to continue his heroic deeds throughout the land. Hercules eventually married Hebe, the daughter of Zeus and Hera. Labors of Hercules are about self-mastery, the mastery of the wild beasts within, so that the person may use their raw power and in a wise and controlled manner. A number of Hercules' tasks involved killing or capturing wild animals. One of these animals was the Nemean lion, a creature with his skin so thick that it was invulnerable to weapons. Hercules ultimately used the beast's own claws to cut through the skin and was thereby able to defeat it. After this, Hercules was always seen wearing a lion skin as armor. The message. This card is about strength, focus, discipline, and wisdom. With these qualities, we can harness our own raw powers and use it to create what we want in our lives. If you find yourself feeling messy, undisciplined, erratic, or caught in any destructive, addictive activity, your need for instant gratification outweighs everything else, it is a time to get organized, take every necessary action to get your life back on track. This card tells you that it's not enough to act on pure instinct. This is a time of focus, strength, self-control, and discipline. This is a time of overriding ego-driven or childlike urges that are often based on a need for pleasure or instant gratification. This is a time for establishing your personal power and learning to govern your life from a place within that is clear and true. Do whatever is necessary now to take back the power in your life. This is the time for strength. Alrighty, Scorpio, so this is your July reading for 2022. Thank you for joining me.